If you want to feel amazing every morning by releasing all of your tight muscles in only 10 minutes, then you need to follow this simple routine using a foam roller and other massage tools. Roll out the bottom of your foot for 30 seconds using something like a lacrosse ball or even a golf ball. The idea here is to move back and forth and side to side, trying to work on the entire area and to maybe even target a specific area if it feels tender. Now grab your 5-inch ball or a foam roller and begin rolling out your calves. The idea here is to go as deep as you can, trying to look for the most tender spot to work on for the next 30 seconds. Next up, we're moving into the inside leg, your adductors. What I like to do here is perform micro movements by looking for the most tender spots, hanging out there, and then working it by going back and forth and side to side. Again, I'm going to do this for 30 seconds. Now shift over into your quads. For this, perform a Pinis stretch by looking for the most tender spot within the quad, pinning it down, and then flexing and extending the leg to stretch out the tissues underneath it. Again, do this for 30 seconds. Next up is the glute medius, located on the lateral side of the hip. To work on this muscle, grab your 5-inch ball or your foam roller and begin working on it for 30 seconds. You can either do a Pinis stretch by moving your leg through its full range of motion, or you can do micro moves by moving back and forth and side to side. After the glute medius, we're going to move into the glute max and piriformis. So go ahead and sit on your foam roller or 5-inch ball with only one cheek and begin working on it again for 30 seconds. For this, I do like to perform a pin stretch here, so I'm going to pin down the most tender spot and then swing my leg through its full ranges of motion. Next up is your lower back, your erectors and your QL. For this, I'll grab my smaller ball like my lacrosse ball and I'm going to place it on the outside portion of my erectors to get deeper into the QL as well. So not only is this going to hit the deeper QL, but it's also going to hit the lateral side of your erectors. So for this one, I like to do small micro movements by going back and forth and side to side. I also like to lift my leg up in the air, which is going to help stretch the muscle out a little bit and maybe even increase the release of your muscle, if that made any sense. Next is your upper back. For this, go ahead and use a 5-inch ball or the smaller ball and look for the most tender spot between the shoulder blade and your spine. These are your rhomboids and your medial traps. For this, find the most tender spots and work it by going back and forth and side to side. Now we move into the lats. Grab your foam roller and lay on your side by placing your foam roller underneath your lat. So now the lat that's facing the floor is the one that's getting worked on. For this, do a pin stretch by lifting that arm up and then swinging it through its full ranges of motion, which is going to help strip out the tissues that you're pinning down. Again, do this for 30 seconds. Now we move into the pec major. Grab whatever tool you want to use here and find the most tender spot within the pec major and work it by doing micro movements or a pin stretch for 30 seconds. All right, that's it for this routine. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section which muscle was the most tender so I can make future videos on those specific muscles. Other than that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you later.